makes it so your hair does not get nearly as damaged. Like my hair never sizzles using it. It's never like this risky thing you're using. $149.99, very worth it on a live stream. Get it for under 100. That's amazing. I have 2 of their curling irons now, which they do have detachable heads. Like this one, I could get different heads for it. But the other one I have is a wand, which you can, like if I had started with this one, I could have just gotten a wand head, but I didn't. But absolutely obsessed with this. So this is the one, the last live stream I did, I showed with my natural curls using the smaller wand. It's like either 3/4 of an inch or an inch. I think it's 3/4 of an inch. And then of course a wand gets like narrower as you get closer to the top. So it's just much better for natural curls, and I have like much tighter natural curls. This is much better for when your hair is like this and you just want like big waves and you're not going for the really tight curl look. You have settings on T3, so I typically do like the 2nd or 3rd setting, and that's the heat setting. I really can't say enough good things. The first time I tried it, I was like hooked, and I will never use another curling iron. Like when people are like, you could just borrow mine, I'm like, no, I'm bringing this wand and curling iron wherever I go. And my sisters are obsessed with it too, so everywhere we go, I bring these and everyone uses them. So for the curl I'm going for, I will do bigger chunks of hair. And just wrap it around. I like using this like a wand, and keeping the, like how the barrel doesn't get smaller towards the end, so it's still much bigger, wavier, natural curls. And then of course, like I'll do a brush out at the end, but you kind of let them sit like this at the beginning. So there's the first one, and you can see already like they're much bigger curls, but my hair also is naturally curly, so it curls very easily. I will also do these in opposite directions, so you get a good natural wave going on. I could use this like a curling iron, like since it has the clasp, but to be honest, I just always like the curls better using them like a wand. I think they just end up looking a lot more natural. So you'll see like just on this bottom side of my hair, it's basically like 3 pieces, just because I'm taking bigger chunks. Obviously that will change if you have thicker hair. I want thick hair, and that has changed for me, so. But still, bigger chunks is better, and just make sure you're keeping the hair on there long enough with a bigger chunk that it, like everything's getting curled. So the worst thing is when you take it off and the whole piece isn't curled. So you can see going back and forth, like I'm letting it hold there because also I'm going to be sleeping on this. So I don't want to brush it out too aggressively. I'm going to do the back piece just kind of facing downwards, not like one direction or the other, so you don't get like a weird middle part in the back of your head. One of these days, I promise, I'll do a beauty routine live stream out in the natural light, but it's already dark here. Now that it gets dark in San Diego at 4:30, it really makes things hard on me. Trying to get like nice natural lighting with anything. Because obviously I'm working, and then I'll do a weekend live stream during the day next weekend. So you guys can get a natural lighting makeup routine. But basically I would definitely recommend looking up T3 because I remember watching their videos on YouTube a while back, or like influencers talking about them. I think it was like Danielle Bernstein maybe was the first. It might have been her. No, I don't think it was her. It was another influencer who has brown hair like her. Maybe Helen Owen using it one of the first times. And her hair is like so silky, obviously. And she went through and was like, I've been using it for a while now. Like my hair has not gotten more damaged. Whereas if you were to curl your hair every single day with another curling iron, it would for sure get super, super damaged. And I definitely don't use it every day, but still. If I were to, you're not damaging your hair nearly as much as when you use a typical curling iron. And I think it's worth it. Like, it's just not worth it to get like the really cheapo curling wand and just damage your hair so bad. So I think it's worth the $100, the under $100 if you get it on Verishop. Almost close to the end of this piece. But you'll see as I get to the top of my hair too, like bottom layers I feel like are pretty much the same for all hair, and then when you get to the top it's like depends on your haircut. You know, doing bangs or like however you like to style them. I had bangs and now they've grown out, thank God. I have curly hair and I don't really know why I did that to myself, but I did during COVID, of course. So or during quarantine. So they've grown out, but I still have like a nice base framing going on. So you'll see, I'm gonna leave it like this because I want to brush it out, like finger comb it out at the end. But I clip the under part because I hate mixing the under part and the top part. But I'm gonna look like a psycho here with just my top layer. It's just my top layer out in just for a minute. So I always start from the back. Again, no clue why, but I always do. So I do this one facing down, which also don't judge. I definitely need to get my hair done. My roots have grown out quite a bit. And it's always more noticeable when I do a middle part, which I guess I shouldn't have, but here we are. So the other nice thing is I've definitely noticed that my hair holds a lot better with this wand. I don't know if that's like, I'm sure it is part of just what the brand does in general. It takes like, I'm literally holding each piece for like 5 seconds, I feel like. Less than 10 seconds at least. And the pieces stay really well. And of course too, like you adjust your setting. I figured out my perfect setting is like on the 2 or the 3. So I adjust it and everyone can figure out with their hair type, which is another reason that it's so great. Like if you have a curling iron that doesn't have a setting like that, it's a little bit risky because they're just assuming, you know, if your hair holds curls really well, you have to still keep it on the setting that other hair would, you know, need to hold their hair for longer, which is crazy. So you're just damaging your hair for no reason. But I also just love, like, I love a wand for a natural curl, but for a bigger, wavier curl, I love a big barrel curl. So I've been kind of figuring out, like, with my grown out bangs, how to properly kind of style them, and that's kind of what I figured out. I like do the wand motion and then typically go in and like pull out the top a little bit because I don't want it to be like a spiral curl in my bang situation. And then it just makes like a nice natural little blend together. We'll do the other side. I'm picking up Joshua, my boyfriend from the airport here shortly. And he's gonna be like, oh, what is the deal? Because why would I be looking cute and all glowy like I'm about to look when I take this face mask off on a Sunday night? But here we are, getting ready for the week. Also with the top layers, I tend to go away from the face. Like I'll usually mix in one curl that comes forward, but it always just kind of scares me more with the top layers. Like I like doing it with the bottom. So like this back piece, I'll curl towards the face. But then of course, like the front pieces you want away from the face when you're doing big curls like this. So, you know, it just depends on your hair and your haircut and kind of the natural way it goes. When my hair is natural, I tend to do actually a lot of the bangs and front pieces going forward because that's just the way the natural curls go. And then when I'm doing like bigger waves, I tend to do it away from the face because it just looks better that way, at least for the top layer and the bangs. So T3 would definitely look into it. I know it's like a pricier curling wand. To be honest, I feel like a lot of them are this expensive nowadays, but none of them that I've found are this expensive and worth it. Like you're getting something that's not damaging your hair, which is definitely worth it to me. I kind of have like some of my natural curl in the bangs always, so I always have to do like a little bit tighter around the bang situation. I'm trying to get some of that like natural little kink from my natural curls out. Yeah, so it's 5:52 here and it is pitch black outside, so that's great. Getting into winter time. I think it's the sun sets at like 4:30 or something. Okay, so you can see this is it, like fully spiraled, non-brushed out. So I always do a little brush out at the end. And it does help to do like a lot of brushing out like I did before, because then you make sure like all the pieces are even, and when you go through and curl them, they all get curled the same amount. Oh, isn't that just lovely? Like these big natural curls. I love it. So since it's been also about 15 minutes, I will clip my hair up. I can wash my face mask off. That way you can get the full experience. Let me get my towel. I can use it as a little washcloth. This is just a cute little look I've got going on. So, ooh. Oh, it feels so good on. Honestly, I've left it on for way longer than this many a time. And I love it, but recommended 10 to 15 minutes, so I'll do that today. So, so nice. Oh my god. It's like I typically really don't touch my face. I try not to, but also like so nice. So that's a Revive mask for you guys. Oh, so nice. So after that, since I just took that off, the next thing I'll use is actually I'll do a little Gua with my Essentialist, which I love, and it's so nice and cold right now. I could literally do, I mean, I do this every day. Also, it's just nice that something that feels so good.